Hi everyone, I'm Helen and I am going to make a really quick video today, or a pretty quick video today, about how to curl layered short hair. So my hair is pretty short, as you can see, it's almost bob length, and there's some layers. These are not intentional layers, it's just sort of how my hair is grown out from a very, very short length. And so some days, not every day, because I don't always have the time or the energy or even the desire to curl my hair. Some days I do though, so this is how I go about it. And when you have short layers, it makes it a little bit harder. You'll see tutorials where people have hair this length or even shorter, but it's all the same length. And so they just sort of curl it evenly back and away from their face the whole way. But you have some more considerations to keep in mind when you've got these little layers. And my hair is very fine as well, so that adds a extra level of not exactly difficulty, but it means the curls I think don't stay quite as well. But the upside with having fine and thin hair when you're trying to curl your hair and you have layers is that it goes pretty quickly. I used to have this huge sort of head of hair with so much thickness and volume, and I would never ever curl it with a curling iron or any kind of iron or heat because it just took forever. Like maybe I could do hot rollers and that was pretty quick, but even with hot rollers, the volume would be down here. But anyhow, that's not at all what we're talking about. We're talking about something else, so I will not digress too much. The first thing I want to talk to you about is this tip, which I think works really well. If you're having trouble getting your hair to stay curled and it's falling out really quickly, probably you have to just give it a light hairspray mist before you go and spray it, before you go and curl it. And I like to use this L'Oreal Elnet extra strong hold, unscented. I hate a scented hairspray. Do not like it. I hate the smell of hairspray just filling up the room. Some people it doesn't bother, but for me, I can smell it all day long too. I'm really sensitive to fragrance. I strongly recommend this one. It's not completely unscented, to be honest. I can still smell it. There's a little bit of it in the air, but it's not too crazy. Okay, so let's just go straight on ahead. Sorry, I just got away from myself, just gabbing there. The first thing you want to do when you're trying to do layers, and I think the most important thing, because most of us know how to curl our hair, but when you have layers, it's dividing it. It's dividing it that I think will make the most difference in how easy it's going to be and how it's going to look. So you want to just, and luckily I have a bit of body and a bit of wave in my hair, but I can see that this is a shorter layer, right? I'm sure you can see that's a shorter layer. So when I do section it off, I want to just make sure I grab these layers. And so this isn't really a tutorial about hiding your layers. I mean, I'm assuming that you have layers. Most of us get layers in our hair because we want them or because it's flattering to you. But this is just sort of meant to be more of a tutorial about how to just curl, because they can be at different levels. And so sometimes we'll be curling hair and then a little bit is too long or too short and it's all awkward. But my strongest suggestion would be, honestly, take your time sectioning it off. I used to hate sectioning off my hair, but if you just section it off, you'll find that it just goes much faster and it's much easier. And then that's how you'll get the nice definition and the curls that you want. Start by sectioning, take your time sectioning. Use this if you need to and get little section by little section. I don't have that much hair, so I don't have to do too much sectioning. I'm just gonna give you an idea. And you know what? I'm not even going to work on this side right now. I'll just worry about sectioning that off later. I'm just going to focus on this side. So I'm going to be using this is my trusty little flat iron curler. I will put a link, straightener. I will put a link below where you can get one, but you can just pick this up pretty much everywhere. This one was $20 and I've seen them for less than that. And it's so small and tiny, as you can see. It's quite small and it's great for this length hair. What you don't want to do is to use like the big thick paddle. When you have shorter hair, it just, it might bend in one spot, but it can look awkward. But it depends on the look you're going for. If you just want the softest bend, go for it. I see women often with just one bend in their hair, and that looks great too. It's a much more contemporary look. Looks good. But I like using the small one. And of course, you're welcome to use a curling iron. I'm imagining you already know how to use a curling iron, so I'm not going to talk you through that. But basically, when it comes to this stuff, what you want to do is you just want to grab your little bit of hair, and I'm just using my fingers because, like I said, I don't have that much hair. And you want to grab it, right? And the secret to doing this is you want to curl away, just one little bend. You just turn your wrist a bit, and you see I've just got this little bit hanging here. You don't want to curl that because that is a sort of, you know, having these ends all curled. I mean, you can if you want, but typically that's not the look that's sort of in right now, and has not been for a number of years. Although if you love it to be curled on the ends, just go for it. Who's gonna stop you? All right, so I'm just gonna do this one. Same idea, pull out a little bit, twist, right? You see my wrist is twisting a bit and I'm hanging on to these little ends. You don't have to, you could let them go. And you wanna let go. And you want to just do the next one. Right, so here we are. So I'm gonna tell you now about spraying your hair. If again, you're finding that your curls are falling out, if you find that these are falling out, what my rule of thumb is never curl more than 3 without spraying it a little bit. So after you've done 3, and you just let that last one cool down a bit, you want to just give it a gentle little mist, right? You just want to mist it. You can hit it underneath too if you feel it's gonna fall that way. Again, with hairspray, the secret is not just to just completely spray just the top. Try to kick it underneath a little bit, and sometimes that you'll find that will help you with hold a little bit. Okay, so that's the basic thing, right, for doing this side. And so I'm gonna see if I can drop a layer now. Let's drop this. Let's try and do this really quick for you. Yeah, you know, I prefer this now to a curling iron. I don't use the curling iron so much. I kind of like the sort of, some more geometrical look. I don't know if that's even the right way of phrasing it, but I find it to look much fresher. So yeah, just the one twist, and you see there's that one, and then I'll do one more here. And don't worry, I'm not gonna, I mean, you can skip forward if you like a little bit, but I'm not gonna do too many of these. I'm just gonna do a few, and then I'm gonna go to the top. Okay, so there's that one. So I just want them to be kind of loose, and so I've only got 2 there, but I'm gonna hit it with a bit of spray, maybe just the tiniest amount there, because now I want to drop this and show you this part. Okay, so that's still too much. Like, you will not get a nice curl if you do this amount, right? You want to break that up a bit. So let's see what we're dealing with here. Okay, so we're dealing with this. So I'm gonna just section, I think this will make 2. And so you wanna grab this again. And you know what, grab up all these little strays, because those are the things that if you don't catch them, they're gonna make your hair look sort of sloppily done. And I'm the queen of having sloppily hair done, so no judgment, but I'm just... But you see how fast that one side was? Like, I think that was about 6 minutes, and I did most of one side of my hair. I have like almost no hair anymore, so it goes a lot faster. Okay, so I'm coming down a bit, and I'm doing that twist, and I'm clinging onto these little bits here. So I think that should be good. You can see that's a bit of a wave. And see, it's shorter because it is layered, right? So that's how it looks. You know, my hair is layered right now. I'm gonna do this one now. And so after I do this one, I'm gonna just pause, and then I'm just gonna off camera do the rest of them, and then I'll just come back and show you the finished look. Oh, you know what? This is too big. This is too wide. Okay, we're gonna do 2. Just gonna clip this. I'm gonna do this one. Twist the arm just a bit and hold the ends, right? It's a bit of a flick of the wrist trick. It doesn't take much getting used to, though. Like, honestly, if you use a curling iron, it's easier than I think than using a curling iron. Okay, so there's that one. There's this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna pause here, and then I'm gonna pop back when I've just finished the rest of them. See you soon. Okay, everyone, here we are back again. I've curled the rest of my hair with the straight iron, and as you can see, there's little pieces that sort of pop out. They sort of push out a bit, and you wouldn't really get these if you used a more traditional curling iron. And if my hair were much less layered, my hair is very, very layered. If you have fewer layers in your hair and your hair is more even lengths, it won't look quite as, I guess, I don't want to use the word crazy, but fun and edgy, I guess is the word we're gonna use, as this. Mine looks quite, I guess, edgy with all these different lengths because I have very, very different lengths in my hair. So your results may vary a little bit, but my number 1 tip would be definitely take the time to section out those little layers, and that will help you just isolate each one and get it the way you want to look. I kind of like it like this. It's kind of just fun and playful and casual, which is kind of the look that I'm going for. Do not forget to hairspray to finish it, right? I mean, I'm gonna hit it with some more when I'm just not in this room, when I go into my washroom where the ventilator is, because I don't like the smell of hairspray that much. Quick recap: spray your hair beforehand if you find your curls fall out. Do 3 curls at a time and then spray a little bit. Spray from underneath as well, right? Do a good job sectioning. I think I mentioned that a number of times already. Use a comb if you need to help section them out. And then hairspray it afterwards. And, that's it. And so I'm going to go and fix this up, and what I'll do is probably just run my fingers through it and get it a little, maybe put some pomade in to get it a little sleeker looking. But I like it. I don't often curl my hair with a straight iron. But that only took me maybe 15 minutes altogether, maybe not even. So, it's good when you want to freshen up your look and you have short, layered hair. And if you have short, fine, thin layered hair, as I do, you'll find it actually goes super fast. All right, everyone, I hope that you'll consider subscribing. My videos are mostly about short hair stuff, so if you have short hair or fine hair or thin hair or of all those things or even none of those things, please hit that subscribe button for more of these videos. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.